Now let's get lively. Gather round, let's sort the buyers from the spies, the needy from the greedy, and those who trust me from those who don't. Eddie Murphy! Fuck you!
Get the fuck out of here! Man, you fight with nobody.
Best of all time, and before time was even created.
Follow me hard. I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. Oh, don't be scared, homie.
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Grab his dick and twist it.
Oh my god, dude, this is an MMA fight, dude.
Twist that dick.
Twist his dick.
Ladies and gentlewomen, it is indeed time for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching across the world. This is the Eggplant Tornado podcast, the fight podcast for the common man. We're coming at you live out of Gardener's Us Studios. We're missing the Ned today for him. We're missing the Ned.
We are.
He's had to go take care of some business over in the desert.
Big business, I do believe.
Big business. He's saving my ass pretty hard by going and taking one for the team, and not letting me go over there. So shout out Ned. He'll be back next week. So we're just gonna do this episode and the veggie bake without him. But I'm one of the co-hosts, the Griff, sitting across from the Froome, sitting across from Jeff. How you doing, Jeff? We've got a pretty stacked episode ahead of us today from. We have the staple, believe it or not, just the fucking staple of the old eggplant. We've got...
Way to kick us off all the time.
There's no better way, really. There's no better way. We have some breakdowns over the weekend, so it was a little hard to for us to catch all the cards with Ned being on a plane, being away. I had photo work to do yesterday, so it was pretty much up to Froome to catch everything.
And they were all on at shit times. The only fight I actually got to catch properly was Taylor versus Carabajal, I do believe it is pronounced.
I'm still going to stick
Carbonara.
with Carbonara for sure. But yeah, so we're going to go over the Taylor Carbonara fight, the Loma Ortiz fight, Paul versus Silva, and Jojo Diaz versus Zepeda.
Yes,
Zepeda?
Zepeda, I believe
Zepeda.
They were saying. They all sort of clashed.
Yeah.
Which was a bit of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, they didn't line it up well. That other weekend when there was heaps of fights on, at least they lined it up well. You could finish one card and then click into the next, and it'd be the co-main at least.
Yeah,
that was a bit better. But yeah, we're gonna do a little look into the Bivol Ramirez fight. So that's coming up this coming weekend.
Yes, that's a good one.
That is a good one. And then we're gonna just lead out into everybody's favorite segment. So we got a good episode ahead of us. We're gonna lead into a little believe it or not for him. I'll get us going here.
Yeah.
Ned does write out the believe it or not notes. So thanks, Ned, for saving the boys here. But
doing the best bit. Organisation, Neddy.
Doing what he does best, and yeah, just getting it sorted. But top of the list, we've got Tyson Fury reckons that the AJ fight couldn't be made due to complications with promoters. I've got Neddy's little side thought here, and Ned has the opinion that it has to do with Tyson Fury's dealers, just not having the good quality shit that he needs to take that fight.
Well, that appears correct.
I mean,
they ran out of the gear after he started talking the shit.
I mean, they must have, but the gear must still be relatively okay, because I've seen multiple videos of Fury just chewing his jaw off. So
yeah, he does look like he's having a good time.
It must still be okay.
Especially at that press conference.
He was into it. He was having.
I watched 2 minutes and 18 seconds or something, as I said, and he was surprised his bottom lip was still there. Actually,
oh mate, he's that's probably why he hasn't accepted the fight. He's actually going through the bottom part of his jaw is fractured. He's just trying to get it back. But he just keeps eating the gear, mate.
It's either that or, as Ned says, complication with the dealers, and he's having withdrawals.
Maybe
Withdrawals from everything.
There's the potential that that's what's happening. Warren, I'm guessing that's Frank Warren.
Yes, his promoter, but yeah, there wasn't. I don't think there was complications with promoters. The complication was Fury himself.
Yeah. Who, from everything that we've seen, he seems kind of like the complication. Like he was just making everything as hard as possible.
They're throwing up stipulations, and then
Yeah.
like that video where he was off his guts at that Parker and Joyce fight,
Dude,
and I think it was Gareth A. Davis. Was the like bloke who was interviewing him.
Yeah.
And he says, so the Monday, like the deadline's Monday, and Fury's like, Monday,
like he doesn't even know.
yeah, like he can't believe that he like said the deadline was Monday himself.
Oh my God, that's fucking hilarious.
And then he just starts rambling, and you're like, holy fuck, like you are off your head.
He is
Like
like,
the last place he wants to be is there getting interviewed.
yeah. Well, that's like I brought up the point last week. Like his management needs to step in and be like, look, don't be going and getting on camera when you fucking cooked.
Yeah, like
Not a good look.
if you're gonna get off your guard, probably just go to your mate's place and watch the fight.
Yeah.
Don't go where there's like 20,000 people in an arena.
Yeah, and someone's 9 times out of 10 gonna shove a camera in your face
But,
and be like, "What do you
like-
think of this?"
Anybody there is gonna try to ask you a question,
100%, 100%.
especially with all the shit that just happened with the AJ fight. Like,
Yeah.
and you making stipulations.
Yeah.
Like, you probably shouldn't go showing your face. Like
fuck no.
go in your mate's place and get off your guts and watch it somewhere.
Yeah, just fucking come here and fucking bring some of that shit. We'll get cooked.
Yeah,
with
that
you
fucking
and
quality
do that, bro.
gypsy shit.
Bro, that gypsy coke, bro. It's next level, I'm telling you. Frank Warren says they could have played the waiting game, but Fury wants to fight. Constantly conflicting stories. I think I read that too fast. But okay, Warren says that they could have played the waiting game, but Fury wants to fight. I mean,
But
yeah, but
Fury
what's the point
wants
of
to
coming?
fight easy fight.
Yeah, what's the point of coming out of retirement and fighting someone that no one's fucking interested in? Like
Yeah.
he even said that when he retired, like I'd only be coming out for the biggest fights and shit.
Yeah, like Chisora is like I like him. Just like because of his style, and like he always gets in there and has a crack, and it's always like he always turns up to fight. But like,
Yeah.
don't try and I suppose do what Wilder did in the sense like where he just sat there calling AJ out for 2 years, and then just never fought him.
Yeah.
Like just avoided him at like every chance, and like just fought someone else.
Yeah.
You know, like trying to hype his next fight off of the back of AJ's name.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Like,
that's what it seems
like,
like,
essentially.
he has been doing. Yeah, it seems like he just gets to the point where he's like, feels like he's becoming irrelevant, I guess. So he's like, oh, AJ's just lost his fight, so I'll fucking shit on him a little bit, and people will care about what I'm doing.
Yeah, and like, but Frank's saying like play the waiting game. Like what AJ wanted 2 weeks. What,
Yeah.
14 days
Yeah.
was playing a waiting game.
Which I mean, like, yeah, it's not hard to do. Like, all right, extra 2 weeks camp, fucking
Like that was literally it. Or 2 more weeks definitely on the bags before you have to get in Camp Fury.
yeah,
Like-
yeah. He gets 2 more weeks of fucking around, bro. I mean, that's fucking top tier for him. He's
Yeah, and
just
then
like,
they gave Chisora a month, or I think it was like a month or 6 weeks. Like after they'd sent him the contract to sign it, AJ had like 2 or 3,
yeah,
and
right.
then he was like, "No, fucking sign it Monday."
Monday. Oh fucking hell! It's just like it seems like it's going to be like a continual shit show for ever. Like I don't think that fight's just going to get made. And by the time it does get made, it's like Fury will be fucking well out of his fucking prime. He's probably
Yeah.
already is now.
Like yeah, he'll be like it'll happen at the point where like I don't know, I suppose like Mayweather Pacquiao did. You know,
yeah.
that fight was spoken about for like 5 years before
Yeah.
it actually took place. And then like by the time it took place, they were both like 37, 38 year old. Like they were nowhere near their prime.
Yeah. Yeah, so the excitement of the fight just gets lost there. Like
Yeah,
it's
like-
still exciting to see, but it's like it's not the fight that it could have been.
Yeah, it's not the fight everybody wanted to see.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and then if you wait for like, you know, another couple of years, who knows where they're both going to be. Fury's definitely going to be looking at retiring.
Yeah, well, at the end
Spoke
of every
about it.
fight now he talks about retiring.
Yeah,
so-
he's spoken about it that many times. And
Yeah.
I think it was only like 2 years ago or something. AJ said he only wanted to be around for probably 5-6 more years.
Yeah, right.
So he's probably only got like another 3-4 years that he actually wants to be around for.
Yeah, and then he'll just work into other shit, which is it's good that like fucking have a backup plan. Not like Roman's gonna box them 80.
Yeah.
Probably.
But yeah, I just hope they don't fucking keep putting it off.
Nah, yeah, it's got to be like soon or just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And it never happens.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, just stop talking.
Yeah.
Like, I heard a thing like with Chisora today. Like, man, he's funny. He's like, it's like Fury wants to fuck him. Like, like Fury's like obsessed with AJ. Like
He kind of is though. Eh?
Yeah, like every chance he gets, he talks about AJ. Like even like they sat down or something to do like the gloves are off or something. I think Chisora said. I'm not exactly like I can't exactly remember like what he said they done, like in promotion for the fight or whatever. But like within like the first 2 minutes,
yeah,
he said Fury mentions AJ.
Yeah, he would. Like it's so dumb, man.
And then like Chisora was like, oh, I bet like when he's at home, like fucking Paris and that he's like still going, oh, that big bodybuilder, like always giving it to him.
Oh shit!
Like Chisora was just going in on him. It was fucking funny, man.
Yeah, that is fucking funny.
It was so good.
I mean, it's still a fun fight, but like it just shits me to see Fury come out of retirement for like the fights that he was like, I'm not coming out of retirement for them type of fights.
Yeah, well, like
Then he just does.
And like the funny part too was, no, I'm retired. Then it was, I'll come back for 500 million.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, and then it was it? Oh, I only want to fight AJ at Wembley Stadium for free.
Yeah, for free.
Like, what? What do you mean?
Oh, he's so fried. It's
And then he comes back and's like, yeah, I'm fighting AJ, and then turns around and fucking fights Chisora.
yeah.
Like,
I mean that Gypsy Coke.
Ooh.
Frank also reckons. So Frank Warren also reckons that Fury Usyk for undisputed early next year in the works. It's going to be such a strange fight to watch, just because of the size difference. It's just going to feel because Fury's bigger than AJ by a little bit, right?
Yeah, he is. He's 6'9". I think he's probably like 200 and he's about 260 odd pounds.
Yeah,
And AJ's about 2.
he like
I'd say
AJ will go like change between
Yeah.
like being a bit leaner and being a bit heavier.
I want to say he was about 230.
Yeah, that.
I think somewhere around 230 in the first fight, I think.
Yeah,
And then I think in the second fight, he was like 238.
shredded big motherfucker. But I mean, that seems like that's probably going to go ahead. It does seem like Usyk wants that fight. Like anytime you see anything with Usyk come out, it's just like talking about like, oh no, I'm going to shut Fury up.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck man, that's an exciting fight. Like if Fury gets through Chisora, which he most likely will.
He should. He's done it twice already.
Yeah,
So you'd assume he would. But like, Chisora won't lay down, which is good. But
Yeah.
like, Fury should win the fight.
yeah, you'd think so. You'd think that's why he would be taking that fight probably to get like not a tune up, but like have a good fight before going into
but
like a Usyk fight.
I feel like that's not really preparation for
Usyk.
for Usyk. Like
Nah.
they're gonna fight nowhere near the same. But like
No.
Fury come out reckons he's gonna walk through Usyk and all this other crap. But
I mean, I don't know.
like I don't know. It depends how big Fury comes in and what weight Usyk comes in at. Like Usyk
Yeah.
might decide to trim back down to like not to the 200-pound weight limit, but he might not come in at near 230 like he was.
Yeah, he might come
Yeah.
in fast. And
Yeah, he might trim down so he's got his footwork and Fury will be that bit slower looking and come forward with that Kronk style. He could just end up outdoing Fury.
Yeah.
If that's Fury's tactic, like to come in and just try and put him away.
yeah.
Like Usyk's not going to be there to just be hit.
No, God no. Well,
He's
we've seen
not-
that against AJ. Like
Yeah.
he's hard to hit.
He's not dumb.
No,
Like
fuck
you're
no.
not fighting a slouch. So it's, I don't know.
I mean,
It's a good fight.
that's probably the fight.
Very interesting.
Other than Fury and AJ, that'd be like the only other fight I want to see Fury fight. Because they're like the two fights where he gets like, it's 50-50 both of them fights. You're like, oh, I could see fucking AJ beating him and I could see Usyk beating him.
Yeah,
Like,
I can.
you don't really see anyone else beating Fury in the heavyweight division, I don't feel.
Yeah, no, not. Probably not at least for another couple of years.
Yeah, until he's like a bit slower.
Yeah.
Some of the prospects that we've seen start coming up and shit.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I feel like a fight with him and AJ is always interesting. Like,
Yeah.
like Fury and AJ.
Fuck yeah.
That's always interesting because they're both big men.
Yeah.
Like Fury's style's changed since he beat Klitschko.
Yeah.
Like that's also what makes me think that Usyk may just outbox him.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Usyk outboxes him. He's shown that he can take punches. Like he took not AJ's best punches, but he took punches from AJ.
Yeah, like he's not there to be hit flush. Like
No.
he's always like sort of like rolling with the punch.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
it's going to be harder for Fury to hit him. Like Fury's obviously going to try and use his weight and lean on him.
A bit. And yeah.
All that sort of shit. But I think Usyk will be a bit too quick.
I mean, both of them fights are exciting. I'd be super excited to see either one of them. Anthony Joshua versus White too. So
Yeah, I'd watch that again.
I'd watch that fight, but that was like pretty earlier in Joshua's like career. Hey, like when he first
that
came to America,
was-
maybe.
That was his 15th fight
Okay.
versus White. That was in London at the O2 because they had
Okay. Yeah.
they had beef in the amateurs. White beat AJ like in the amateurs, but then like got found out that he'd already competed like professionally in kickboxing.
Okay.
So like that means you can't compete like amateur in
amateur.
like you have to pretty well go straight to pro.
Yeah.
But he went and was like competing as an amateur and he had like, I don't know, he might have had like 5 or 6 fights or something in the amateurs, and then they were like, wait a minute.
Yeah, they caught onto it.
Yeah, like you've been a pro fucking elsewhere, and then
Yeah.
when they met back up in the pros, AJ fucking done him a good one.
Yeah. Well, I remember that. Is he the dude that he fought and he was wearing like purple shorts?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah,
And-
that is a fun fight.
Like AJ knocked him out and his like arm was like over the
Yeah.
rope and he was all like, ugh.
Fucks up. Yeah.
AJ fucked him with that uppercut.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I mean-
like them two genuinely have sort of beef, so
Yeah. So they're both going to come forward and try to fuck
Well,
each other up.
like that's always a fun fight. I'll watch that all the time, just because
Just the
I know.
beef. And
the animosity. If it's anything like the first fight, it's going to be all action.
Was that when, it was when they were like, after the bell, they were like trying to fight and shit, eh? Like, cornermen and shit were getting in.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
that was at the end of the first round.
I mean, yeah, fuck. As if you're not going to watch that fight every weekend of it. It's
Like
you know what I mean?
always a fun fight. So like,
Yeah, fuck yeah.
yeah, I'm down for that fight. Hopefully White wins. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it says White has to win his upcoming fight in November.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they've named an opponent for him yet. I know they're looking, but
Yeah.
I don't think they've.
Trying to set one up. I mean, fingers fucking crossed that he gets the win and we get to see that fight because fuck. Let him fucking go at it.
That's a real good fight. I feel. I think
Yeah.
AJ still knocks him out.
Yeah, but it'd be good to see someone come forward and fight AJ like
Yeah,
fucking bit of like just a fucking
and
battle.
like actually, like AJ will have to stand there and fight him. Like
yeah.
which is how he should have fought Usyk. Really.
Yeah.
Like,
not
as-
try to outbox him. And,
Yeah, like as a big man, just come forward and
Yeah. Dates and venues proposed for Ruiz versus Wilder. That's a fun fight as well. I mean, I feel like Wilder probably pieces him up a bit. But if Ruiz can kind of get in there and make it dirty, pretty fucking fun fight to watch.
yeah, Ruiz can't stay anywhere near the outside.
No, fuck no. He'll just get fucking picked up with that right hand.
Yeah, he's like his hands are fast enough to do serious damage to Wilder on the inside.
Yeah, yeah.
Like-
You seen that against AJ? Like in the first fight when he could get in and like, because he's got like little short arms as well. Ruiz.
Yeah,
He just gets him fucking going quick, man.
yeah, like Wilder's 6'7".
Yeah.
He's got a huge ass reach on him too. Like he's got
He's a big boy.
fucking long arms.
Yeah.
Like so, Ruiz has no choice but like to get inside.
Yeah.
Like he can't stay anywhere near like the end of that punch because Wilder will will clean him out.
Yeah. Well, we seen like whoever Wilder fought last, Hellenius.
Yeah,
We like that wasn't like a full swung right hand. He kind of got like a bit of momentum off the ropes, but like even like that little bit of momentum and clipping that right was like fucking enough to put Hellenius out. So
yeah, and then Areola knocked out. I didn't knock him out. Sorry, he dropped Ruiz in like the third round or something of their fight.
yeah,
So like if Areola can sort of do that to him.
Yeah.
Like if Wilder can catch him flush, bro, he's not getting up.
Yeah.
Like I don't think losing weight helped him because that was like his first fight back after the AJ rematch.
Yeah.
Areola.
Yeah.
I think he was like 40 pounds heavier, lighter, sorry, than what he was for the rematch.
Yeah.
And even probably like 30 pounds or so, or maybe even a little bit less, probably like 20 pounds or so lighter than what he was for the first fight.
Yeah.
With AJ.
Which he probably should have stayed around the weight of the first fight with AJ.
Yeah,
that's what he was comfortable at. You know?
Yeah, I don't think he needed to lose. No. Like I think that took away a bit of the punch resistance.
Yeah,
and then I think also being hit by AJ like he was flush.
Yeah. On
the chin, I think that might have taken a bit out of his chin also.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, and then losing like that bit of padding that you would have had around your fucking face and shit.
Yeah,
you can tell he's lost weight in his face too. Like
yeah, for sure.
Looks like a different dude.
Like if Wilder catches him flush, it's not night.
No, like, it's probably game over, eh?
Yeah, but Wilder sucks at fighting going backwards.
Okay.
Like he.
Yeah, you can kind of see that in that fight.
Yeah, like you watch like the first Fury fight, and Fury sort of like tried to box him, and like it allowed Wilder to come forward and whatnot. And then when he got knocked down in the 12th, he gets up and sort of just puts it on Wilder. And then, like Fury said himself, it was at that point like he realized, well, if I just come forward, he's no good at all.
Yeah.
So then,
fight that way.
Yeah. So then in the second fight, he just come forward.
Yeah.
And Wilder was like fucked.
Yeah, didn't know what to do.
Yeah. Fury knocked him out in 7th or something, I believe it was, in that second fight. So, like, if Ruiz can stick it on him and force him to go backwards, that makes that fight, like, real interesting. That like plays to Ruiz's like advantages and strengths.
I mean, it's a fun fight to watch regardless. I mean, the heavyweight division has got like some fun fights that can be made if everyone just kind of fucking mans up and fucking gets involved and gets in there.
Yeah, and like the promoters put their fucking bullshit aside. Like, because, like, certain promoters won't work with other promoters because they've got fucking some form of stupid beef.
So fucking dumb, man.
Like, that's a good thing about MMA.
Yeah.
Like, well, UFC, they're all under the one thing, and Dana's like, you fight him, and they're like, no. He's like, okay, well, you're not fighting for ages. Fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah, they got their matchmakers, and pretty much if they send you a contract and you just don't have a reason not to sign it, they'll just fuck you off.
Yeah, like, or if you can't, like, say to them, or how about this fight?
Yeah.
With whoever, and they're like, oh, fuck yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that is a good idea, yeah.
Yeah, like, if you don't have something like that, Dana will just sit you on the fucking back burner for 6-12 months.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he done that with, like, look at what he done with Nate before, like, Nate's like a big fucking name. And, like, yeah, he pretty much was like, oh, you're not going to fight that fight. We'll just fuck you around.
Yeah, and then because you're not on, like, a year contract, like, you're not on, like, a 4-year deal with him, you're on
it's like a 4-fight
deal. Well, you're still under contract with me until you take that fucking fight. So go sit back there.
Yeah.
Like, which is good. It forces the good fights.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, like, if you see people shit talking, like, look at O'Malley versus Yarn. That's a fight that should just not happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just because they're shit talking, and then the matchmakers are like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah, we're doing fucking fight each other.
Yeah. And it's like, fuck, man. In boxing was like that. We'd see all these fights so fucking, like, so much more often.
And, like, we'd see, like, we could be, like, at the point where we're seeing, like, say, like, a trilogy for Spence Crawford, not them two just having a fight. Their first, like, first fight being put off again.
Yeah. They'll be retired before that fight gets made.
Yeah, like, it's fucking stupid.
Dude, ridiculous. Speaking of MMA, though, Bellator announces cross-promotion event with Ryzen for New Year's Eve. MMA knows what it's doing, says Neddy.
Oh, Neddy's correct.
We just touched on that, like, the MMA does it a bit different not a bit different, it's just they don't have as much promotional shit going on for them than, say, like, boxing does. Like, I still get fucking confused when it's like, okay, boxing's got, like, this brand, and, like,
yeah,
okay, this weekend the fights are on Top Rank. I'm like, all right, yeah, so, like, what about this fight? Oh, that's on the Zone, and, like, this other one's on this one. I'm like, fuck, man. Like,
yeah, they're all on, like, everyone's got their own fucking network that they work with and all that sort of bullshit.
And they're like, do not try work with each other in any way. Like, Dana's pretty smart in the sense that, say, if there's like a big block like Canelo's fighting, he's pretty smart in the sense to be like, okay, that's going to beat our numbers. So
Yeah.
I'll just have our fights on 3 hours earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Like he knows
Yeah.
the planet around that.
And it's the same with like Bellator. You'll never see a Bellator event on the same time that a UFC event is on. Unless it's like just a kind of shitty Bellator event. But usually it's just like hours before or hours after.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, MMA in that sense does seem to know what they're doing, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's like you want to get the most money you can like out of your product,
Yeah, yeah.
so to speak. So like why would you want to put it on when you know there's like something like that you feel might not be as good?
Yeah,
Like, and you feel like, oh, people will watch my fight like over that.
yeah.
But like, why would you take the chance in like losing some of the profit you could make
yeah,
by
100%.
like not just pushing your fight back a couple of hours or like bringing it forward to the day before or
Yeah,
like you're making yourself lose out in the end because like I know on the weekend like I literally could not have paid for all of them pay-per-views if I wanted to.
no, fuck no.
Like because as I said,
Yeah,
to you,
there
I was
like
trying to
4
watch.
or something on, wasn't there?
Yeah, like the Katie Taylor fight, that was like 5 a.m. So like I got up, watched that, got to see the whole fight.
Yeah.
And then it was like the Loma Ortiz card and the Diaz Zepeda cards both started at 11 a.m.
Yeah, fuck. So you just got the mains at the exact same fucking time.
Yeah, so the mains are pretty well around the same time. And then you had like Paul versus Silva start probably like half an hour after. Like, not that I
Yeah.
was all that interested in Paul versus Silva, like
No.
to watch, like as a actual boxing fan, but like it's still like a part of the fight game, so I was like sort of interested to see.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, there's no way I could have watched all of them over the weekend and like been like, fuck yeah, I brought all them and I'm happy that I spent my money
Yeah.
on that because like
Yeah, I spent $1,000 to watch some fights. Like that I had
Yeah.
to like be fucking
yeah, like I don't have 8 TVs in my
Yeah.
fucking lounge room.
Dude, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, man.
And then like you got stuff like that, like Bellator working with Risen, like they're companies, so they just
Yeah.
go, right, I've got this roster, you got that roster,
yeah,
let's
fucking
do
see
this.
what we can do, yeah.
like where the boxers have their own promoters and fucking
It's
like
nuts,
that,
man.
and then their promoters have their own network and
yeah.
like, and then they're signed to, I don't know, like for instance, AJ and Canelo are signed to DAZN, so like they can't just go fight on like
the top
PB.
rank event or whatever.
Yeah, like they can't go fight on ESPN or go
Yeah.
fight for fucking the PBC on Fox or
Yeah, it's so weird. It's such a fucking complicated like system. I still feel like at some stage we'll do an episode.
oh
when
yeah,
it's like
well,
all three of us, and we'll just go over fucking just the fucking
Wait.
shit show that is it.
but like that's a smart decision by Bellator and Risen.
100%. I haven't really heard much from that Risen in a while. Like you don't hear a great
Right.
deal from him.
I haven't heard shit about him since that
One came out or whatever.
yeah, since that young fella got in the fucking ring and got knocked out by Mayweather in fucking
Oh
two
yeah,
rounds.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
everyone
Exactly.
was
That
like-
was probably the last time I heard about it. Actually,
like I haven't heard of him really since then.
no. Well, I thought that maybe one might have bought them out because they're like in the same area and that.
Oh yeah,
So I thought that's maybe why we haven't heard about them in ages, but obviously not if they're doing an event with Bellator. It'd be cool to see what they do.
yeah, that's a smart option though. Like joining,
Yeah.
like you get your top people from that Risen and Bellator and like makes them face off with each other. Like
Bellator should do that with UFC.
yeah, and like and it's on New Year's Eve, so like
Yeah.
it gives people like something to do.
Yeah. Go
Like-
fucking watch it.
Yeah, like
It's a crazy event.
like you just go around to your mate's place and you know have some beers and do whatever you want and watch
Yeah, watch that. Yeah.
the thing of that like on New Year's Eve and have
Yeah.
a mad one.
It is fucking smart. MMA fucking coming through clutch there.
They are.
Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia agreed to framework of a deal. So I'm guessing they're slowly starting to get their shit together, and we're probably going to see this fight sooner rather than later, which is nice.
Yeah, I'm hoping for like say February, March.
Yeah, it'd be good.
That'd be nice.
Um,
But like they're good signs. I feel pointing in the right direction. Like that,
They are.
they must have like I don't know, come to a sort of a vocal agreement.
Well, I feel like it's when Davis probably stole Garcia's chain. Garcia was like, man, I need to give your chain back. Why are you wearing a chain, bro? Fucking calm down.
You'd take that off in the ring anyway, bro.
Yeah, like, fuck your chain. Like, I've never heard so much this sucking about a chain. But he's like, I don't even care about my chain.
You take my chain all you want.
Yeah, but I think you care about your chain, bro, because I've heard you complain about it for like 3 weeks.
Go buy a new one.
Garcia's looking big. I feel like this fight needs to probably get made soon because I don't know how much longer he's going to make that weight.
Yeah, he's only young.
He's fucking like every time you see him, he's getting like, he fills out more. And
I think he'd be 23, 24, so he's going to start to fill out more.
Yeah, more and more
over the next couple of years.
So yeah, I reckon probably after this fight he'll probably go up. Like, I don't know, but same as like you see Haney, man. After, like, he looked alright in the first Kambosos fight, but then the second weigh in, man, he looked like fucking death.
Yeah, he looked bad on them scales. Like, like he'll be pushing to make 130 for his next fight. I feel like.
Oh yeah, yeah, fuck.
He'll be doing it tough.
Yeah, well, unless he like kind of figures something out to get himself a bit lower to start with or something. Fuck knows. But I'm excited for that like Davis Garcia fight. If it fucking gets made and goes ahead, that's a fun fight, man. Like, Garcia's like bit bigger, got like bit more range. Fucking Tank just hits like a fucking truck, man. It's like Garcia's been dropped by Campbell, fucking, who's not the heaviest hitter.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see like if Tank can get in there and fucking clip him. Fucking Garcia might go fucking nights.
Yeah, and Tank's that like bit shorter too, so it's like if Tank gets on the inside, how's Garcia going to deal with that? And like Tank's smart at like setting traps, like
he's a smart fighter.
Like against I think it was Leo Santa Cruz. Like you can see him like he's getting hit, but like you can like Santa Cruz hits him with like I think it's like he hits him with one jab, and then like I think Davis like goes to throw something and like sees his reaction, and then like does like the exact same thing. Like Santa Cruz throws the punch again, it lands. Davis like sort of moves again. Santa Cruz makes the same reaction.
Yeah.
And then like Santa Cruz throws the jab again, and Davis just slips and uppercuts him.
Oh, is that knockout?
Yeah, and just puts him out.
Bro, that is a
like
brutal fucking knockout. That's like, the first knockout I ever seen in Tank.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I gotta watch more of this dude. He's
like you watch that fight, like you watch that knockout, and you're like, oh yeah, he fucking knocks him out.
Yeah.
Then like you watch it like in slow mo in the replay, and you're like,
yeah, he full sets it up.
Yeah, like there's like one specific angle where like you can see them both, like because Tank's southpaw.
Yeah.
And Santa Cruz is like orthodox. Like the camera's like over here, so you can see like the good angle.
Yeah.
So you can see all the opening.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as soon as just like you see him land it, Davis like I think he just like throws like that, and like Santa Cruz just flinches, and he does it again. Yeah, and then the third time he just fucking slips the jab and just lands the uppercut and puts his lice straight out.
I'll have to go back and watch it. I do love a good fucking trap setup. I mean, it works well for Garcia to have like, Tank trying to get in, because that fucking lead hook is so fucking fast and powerful of Garcia.
Yeah.
Like it could just like, stop Tank in his fucking tracks real fucking
If Garcia
quick.
can time like that half a step back sort of as Tank comes in and throw that hook, that'll be dangerous.
That's that's a hard fight to kind of call. Like, I don't think it's going to go the fucking
No, I won't go
12 rounds or whatever.
I don't think it'll probably be over 12, and I don't think it goes.
No, I don't think it gets into 10.
Yeah,
I reckon one of them's going fucking out before then. I reckon they'll feel each other out, and someone will probably be unconscious by like the 6th.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my money on Tank.
I'm not gonna make a prediction yet. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna think about it.
I'll put my money on Tank. I don't know why.
I feel like he's probably too smart for Garcia. I don't feel like Garcia's, except for Campbell, really fought anyone that's like real smart in there.
Yeah, I don't think like Davis hasn't fought like top quality opposition, but like I just feel he'll just be like too much power wise for Garcia.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. I always just get like the thing of Garcia landing that lead hook and just like we've seen what happens anytime he lands on a motherfucker, they just go out.
Yeah.
So it can fucking happen. Moving on to the next bit here, we've got Peter Khan and Javale. Is it Javale? Centeno?
Yeah, we'll go Javale.
Centeno. Sue George Kambosos Jr. for $347,000 and $280,000 respectively for breach of contract. I'm not too sure what the actual breach of contract was. Do you have any idea what it could have been?
No, unless he was meant. I don't even know who they are.
I'm not too sure either. But I mean,
I'm not sure what contract.
Yeah, I feel like we'll come back and touch on this one next week, probably.
Yeah,
when
Neddy's next Monday with Neddy because I'm not sure who Peter Khan and Javale Centeno.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen anything about it pop up, so I don't really know what contract it could have been or anything like that.
Yeah, like, I don't know
what he could have breached.
I don't know if they're fighters, like if he was meant to have a fight, like meant to have fights with them at some point, and
maybe
like something happened with the contracts because of like he might have been ordered to fight by like the WB. Oh no, because they would have just stripped him.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, we'll try come back and touch on this next week when we have a bit more information on it.
Sorry, Ned.
Yeah.
Sorry, Neddy.
Sorry,
Lay down, mate.
We do the best we can for him, you know.
Yeah.
Probably should have read the notes before we come in here, but we're not like that, mate. We're not we're not the brains behind the operation. That's not us.
Probably should have read him and called Neddy.
Yeah, maybe. But oh well.
What's this one about?
Shit happens, you know. We'll touch on that next week. Moving on to the next one, it's Roy Jones Jr. making comeback, age 54 against ex-bodybuilder. I mean,
the greatest.
Grew up being a massive fan, like Roy Jones fan.
Roy, the greatest.
I mean, just let him punch as many bodybuilders as he wants. Just don't put him in there with Mike Tyson again. I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to see that for either of them, for one. But fuck, if you want to like line up like 7 bodybuilders and just let Roy Jones knock them all out, I'll watch it.
Yeah, fucking know.
It's gonna be sick.
Like he's getting on, Roy. Like
he is
54.
He looks older. He looks at least 70. You know, nothing but respect to the big man, but you know, getting punched in the face for a living probably does that to you.
Yeah, I thought he'd have enough cash. I don't see why he's doing it. Like I will still watch him punch these people in the face, but like, why are you doing this, Roy?
I mean, maybe he's got to go to the Simple Plan retirement home.
Possibly.
Just be security or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you just fucking bash anyone that gets out of hand.
You don't want to get out of hand there with fucking Roy.
No.
Roy in charge.
They'll all be on their best behaviours.
What do you reckon, Jeff? Teofimo Lopez versus Jose Pedraza.
Yep.
Set for December. Madison Square Garden undercard. Oh, the undercard's just got it there, but I don't know who Pedraza is.
Pedraza is the person that Gervonta Davis knocked out to win his first world title.
Okay. Is that upper weight from what he fought Kambosos at?
Yeah, so that'll be up at 140, and I think Davis knocked him out at 130?
Yeah, right.
130 maybe, I think it might have been.
I mean, it's good to see Lopez going up in weight. He's a fucking big boy for...
Yeah, he needed to.
Yeah.
Like, he was... Making that weight cut would have been, like, draining him terribly.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, he didn't look real, like... Even in the lead-ups, like the Kambosos fight, because I never paid much attention to Lopez before that. But, like, you could see, like, he just looked fucking zapped in the fucking build-ups of the...
Yeah, he's a fucking...
He's big, he's solid dude.
Yeah, he's got that broad build, so he's...
Yeah.
Carry that weight.
Fuck yeah. Pedraza got knocked out by Davis, though.
Yes, in...
a while back if he was like getting his.
It would have been like maybe 2016 or so, somewhere around there.
So yeah, he's obviously gone up in weight as well though.
But I think
it's probably just a fight for Lopez to fucking look good. Do you reckon? Or
probably it should be like competitive at first, I'd say, but I think Teo gets the job done.
We've got
I wonder how many rounds that's over.
You've got to imagine it's probably
10.
Yeah, there's not going to be a belt or anything on the line. So
yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Do they do what the UFC does, and if it's like just a main event, they'll put like a 12-rounder on it, or is that just championship fight?
Sometimes they will, but mainly championship fights. But I'd say it could be a 12-rounder because they're both
former champions.
Yeah, they've both been at like world champion, like championship level, so they've used to fighting the 12-rounders.
Yeah, it makes sense if they're like, you know, two former champions, like let them fight the 12 for a main event. It says the undercard featuring Xander
Zayas, Anderson, and Keyshawn Davis.
Keyshawn Davis sounds familiar.
Yeah, I'm not sure what weight class he's in, but he's been touted to be like he's a good prospect on the rise, and
yeah, that's probably where the name sounds familiar.
And Jared Anderson is a heavyweight who they say is going to probably be up there challenging for titles in the next few years. He's probably he's probably the next good like prospect they've got coming out of America after they haven't had anybody sort of for the last
it's been a while,
probably like 10 years or so.
Yeah, in the heavyweight division for sure.
Pretty well just had Wilder.
Yeah,
so, like that'll be good.
What's a decent card from Top Rank for once? Neddy says.
Yeah, it actually is. Like they normally just put on. You'll get like a decent fight at the top of the bill.
Yeah,
like you got on the weekend, sort of like with the Loma Ortiz fighters. We'll touch on a bit later, but like the cards generally ain't the greatest. Like you get like the decent fight at the top, and then the rest of it's like generally just
thrown together.
Yeah, like a prospect against someone who's had like 20 fights and like fucking lost 15. It's like, who's meant to win.
Yeah, just fucking make the other person look good going out.
Yeah, like then it's like you're sitting there watching. It's like, well, what's the point? I just watch the main fight.
Yeah,
like whereas like this card here, you actually like sit down and watch pretty well the majority of the fights that are on there.
Yeah.
Because we don't get many undercards. Like I've seen a bit of Keyshawn Davis, but like I don't want to go into too much like sort of detail because I haven't watched enough of him. But like, yeah, it should be a good card.
Yeah. Well,
it's only because we don't get as many cards as we should over here. Really, like I'll have to go sit down and like actually be like, fuck, all right, watch half of Keyshawn Davis's fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's.
Well, if it's happening in December, we'll do a analysis of that closer to the date anyway, so we'll have time to fucking do a bit of research.
Yeah, get up to date.
Bloody figure out who this fella is, mate. And
I feel like I've seen him on like Top Rank undercards before.
Yeah, the name sounds super
and he just
super familiar.
Mows people down. I'm more than sure, but
I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, I'm all for a good Top Rank card as well.
If for once.
John Jones still targeting return for UFC 282. Says Stipe is stalling. I mean, I don't feel like Stipe is going to be one to stall. He hasn't had a fight since he lost to Francis.
Yeah, and does Stipe still want it?
I mean,
I feel like that's more the question.
Well, Jones has like put it off for 2 years is to get this build to get to heavyweight. Like, fuck me dead. And then to say like, oh, Stipe's stalling. No, you just fucking wasted 2 years of everyone's time.
Yeah, like Stipe is not fucking 30.
No, he's fucking.
He's getting on.
He's a firefighter in his spare time.
Yeah,
so it's not like he's like, oh yeah, fucking kicking it on the couch.
Yeah,
fucking saving people's lives in his spare time.
Waiting for Jones to be like, oh yeah, I want to fight now. I'm fucking.
Yeah, I done it properly.
I'll finish pulsating.
Still got chicken legs. Fuck, I'm 7,000 kilos. Fuck off, John Jones.
My pulsating picograms ain't there no more.
Yeah, what's to say like, you know, they don't get to the fucking fight being made and shit, and yeah, Jones doesn't pop for fucking having something else in him. to get him to the heavyweight. Like,
And then what fucking Stipe's wasted his time.
yeah, just wasted. Oh, like yeah, goes through camp and fucking shit.
Because like I feel like Stipe would have to be 36, 37. Like,
Yeah, he's getting on.
He's
He's getting on closer to his 40s for sure.
it's not like he's somebody who can like exactly sit around and wait for John Jones to finish doing what he's doing.
Yeah, all the drugs and shit.
Yeah, and then to come out 8 weeks before a card
Mm.
and be like, oh yeah, so Stipe's stalling. Well, no, what have you been? Why couldn't you have got it sorted 6 months ago when you've been doing nothing for 2 fucking years anyway?
Yeah, just building his top half up to be heavyweight.
Yeah, like he could have literally been building this fight for 6 months.
Yeah. But yeah, it just comes out. Yeah, 282 is December, isn't it? Did we work that out or is that early January?
No, that'd be December because we just had 280.
Yeah, so
Next,
it's
I
the big
think
card
like
next.
2 weeks we got 281, the Adesanya card.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be December.
Yeah.
Closer to Christmas. Yeah, well, Jones is fucking dreaming.
Like we got like 8 weeks till like Christmas, so you got like less time really. You got probably 7 weeks.
I mean, I want to see that fight. Kind of. I don't want to see Stipe just get fucking destroyed by Jones, which I probably see happening. Like
More
for
than
Jones, that's
likely.
probably the best fight at heavyweight is Stipe. He's like just kind of boxing based.
Yeah, like
It's not great.
yeah, and like Stipe hasn't fought as you said since Ngannou.
Yeah.
So like he's been out for how long?
Yeah.
He's not exactly like another active fight, like a bloke who's been active
No.
fighting everybody.
I mean, I reckon John Jones should probably just go fuck himself anyway.
Who fucking
So yeah.
big fucking drive around shooting your gun again.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
That's-
fine.
yeah, just calm down. Probably work on your own personal life before you start reckoning people are stalling and shit.
Yeah.
Conor Benn rips up British boxing license after being accused of misconduct by the Triple BOC, British Boxing Board of Control.
Yeah, so Ben rips that up because, like, if they, like, the British Boxing Board of Control in UK are doing, like, the investigation.
Yeah.
And, like, I think he done, like, he spoke to them or something and they said that fucking they're probably gonna end up suspending him or something along those lines.
Yeah.
So he's gone, all right, fuck you. I'll rip up my like license because like if he goes through the investigation and they're like, all right, yeah, they just tell him he's guilty or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, you're not allowed to fight with us for the next 2 years or whatever. Like he could go to like America and try and fight there and they can be like, well, you're not allowed to fight in your own country.
Yeah, why would we let you fight here?
Well, we'll let you fight here. Like
yeah,
this is what I've like heard, like what I can make out of the situation.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So, like, you know, he can still go anywhere else in the world pretty well and fight because he's not suspended by the British board.
Yeah, if he just rips his license up, they can't do fuck all with him.
Yeah, well, like, it's like, suppose it's just like being at any job. You're under, like, if you're at the job and you've done something wrong or whatever, and, like, you know, the bosses are having a big meeting and fucking talking about getting rid of you or whatever, and you just go, nah, fuck it. I just don't work here no more.
Yeah.
Well, the investigation stops.
Yeah. There's nothing to investigate. Yeah,
Yeah.
It makes sense.
So like I think that's why he's done it. And then like with the Fury, like because Fury done the exact same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you just get like the fight would just get sanctioned by like another athletic commission.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll
They
just have it over in America or
Yeah, like they'll still have it in Britain, but they just won't use the British Boxing Board of Control.
oh, they can still have it over there and shit though.
Yeah, they'll just use,
true.
they'll just use like somebody else.
Yeah, right.
So that's pretty well all that does.
I mean, it's a smart move by Ben. He claims in an interview that the board's against him and he's still claiming that he's a clean fighter. I mean, he doesn't look like a fighter that's like juiced or anything, you know what I mean? But it's like hard to say because some fighters that have come out and you're like, no way this motherfucker's like got shit in his system.
Yeah.
But it is hard to tell. But like just with like, you know, his dad's career, his dad really fucking hurting that dude and like, you know, fucking pretty much crippling that dude for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Getting accused of taking drugs after that fight. Like you just don't see Conor being like, yeah, the kind of fighters that gonna
Yeah,
be a dirty fighter.
And like knowingly taking it.
Yeah. I
don't see it.
I don't either.
Like he said that I think Connor said like he believes that it was like contaminated or whatever, but like
Yeah.
he's also come out and admitted that he's failed a previous test, so it's like sort of
Oh, really?
it's sort of on like I suppose thin ice at the moment. Like
Yeah.
like I don't want to jump in. Like I like Connor.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to jump in and be like, yeah, no, there's no way he didn't take anything. Like
Yeah, you never know what.
yeah, like when he's come out and he said that he failed a test beforehand.
Yeah.
So like I'd rather just wait for the results and then sort of
Yeah.
come to a conclusion then. But like it's hard to tell.
It always is best bet. Mr. Eddie Hearn himself,
Oh, the Ed.
the Ed man, also put forward that samples may have been tampered with due to the levels found in test. I mean,
Well, what were the levels?
it's it's easy to kind of say that though. Like, if that's your fighter, you're promoting your fighter, it's easy to be like, oh no, 100%, dude.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind that they fucked with Froome's fucking piss samples. I seen them.
Yeah,
fucking with them.
you're gonna jump to their
100%.
aid like straight away.
That's your guy. Like, if you don't go to the point where you're like, I don't know, it seems fishy to me. The fuck are you doing? Like, of course Eddie's gonna say that.
Yeah, well, Eddie's not gonna turn around and go, oh, I gave him to him.
yeah, but then Eddie was trying to get the fight happening after it.
Yeah,
as
like-
well. So yeah, that's probably a good move for Eddie to be like, oh yeah, no, fucking.
Yeah,
I
like,
see people doing crazy
yeah,
shit. to
like
the people.
that like must have been fucking tampered with or something. Like Ben's clean. Like you're not gonna go out and go, oh yeah, no, he's definitely fucking dirty. Like I'm paying him heaps of money and he's definitely dirty.
Yeah,
Like you're not gonna do that to yourself when you got like $100 million company.
no, God no. Yeah, doesn't make a great deal of sense. But yeah, there's not much you can really like. You can guess and kind of like speculate all you like, but at the end of the day, like you don't know what's what until everything comes out.
Yeah,
At the
exactly.
end.
And like I feel like VADA would still have to do like an investigation sort of thing
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they
because
would.
they're like independent.
Yeah, well, like,
So,
yeah,
like-
his samples must have been clean with them for even the talks to be up in the air of like,
Yeah, well,
we can still fight maybe.
yeah, well, it was VADA that he failed the test for, which was like the outside one that they'd like paid.
Yeah,
So like, surely they'd have to do some form of like investigation.
yeah, you'd think so.
And like, as like the thing I was listening to earlier, the bloke said like the British Boxing Board of Control can still come out and be like, all right, well, like you can't renew your license with us for 2 years, 4 years. Essentially, it's like a suspension, but it's not a suspension.
Yeah,
They've just said you can't like fight under us. So like he's still going to be able to fight in the UK and
yeah.
everywhere else. It's just I just want to see what happens sort of with the results in the B sample because
Yeah. Well, it's fucking interesting to know. And it's
then
like,
at this point I don't feel like the British Border Control are going to rush now because
no.
they have no reason to have that investigation at the top of their priority list.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, it sucks, man. That's such a like exciting fight. Then the amount of build up to that fucking fight, and then
Yeah.
I reckon just let him go ahead. Just fucking strip Eubanks down as much weight as you can. Get him down to 150. I don't mind, and just juice Connor the fuck up.
Suck him dry.
Suck him real dry and just juice Connor up. I want to see fucking Connor just fucking his walkout with a needle hanging out of him, bro. I'm telling you, I want to see him.
Connor just like walks out looking like AJ.
Bro, yeah. That's huge, bro. And Eubanks is just like drained down to 120. Like he's fucking the lightest. He's like, could be.
Nearly dead on the
Gets
stage.
flicked
On
and
the
he's like-
scales.
But that's the fight I want to see. I want to see just a completely drained Eubanks versus Conor Ben just ripping.
Like I feel like they might make that fight still. Maybe
Yeah.
for mid next year or something.
Well,
Especially if he's got nothing to do with like the
That-
British Boxing Border Control. But then
yeah.
like I think I'm not sure, but like there's Eubank then have to go and get a different like boxing
Different one as
license
well.
to fight under. Like it's
Yeah, well, you'd think he'd probably have to if they're going to have nothing to do with the fight. Like,
yeah, it's all
Conor just can't be like, no, fuck them kind of thing. Like, sweep them off. And then Eubanks be like, nah, I want them though.
Yeah, and then he was like, is Eubank gonna want to like go pay for another boxing license and all that bullshit? Like,
Yeah,
or is he just gonna go, nah, fuck it? Like, I feel like he's better off going for world titles.
Well, I mean, like from what we've like spoken about, like you, Neddy, and I, like Eubanks probably doesn't have heaps long left in his career anyway.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have much. Doesn't have all that much time. Maybe 3-4 years or so, and then I'd say I'd probably be hanging him up.
Yeah, so don't waste your time fucking around with Ben when you could have like the opportunity to go fucking make some money, win a world title.
Like, you get a good payday for fighting fucking Triple G, I feel.
Yeah, well, that's a fight that he's trying to line up. You always see fucking him writing shit out to Triple G.
Yeah, like you have to make a good pay packet off of that, surely.
Yeah, well, especially after the fucking Canelo trilogy and shit.
Yeah.
Like Triple G's stock only went up through them fights. Like, he didn't just go out and get fucking pieced up. Like,
any fights on the zone, so it's like guaranteed money sort of thing.
yeah.
So there's not much fucking, you don't have to worry about pay-per-view upsides and all that sort of bullshit.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, even though he was probably guaranteed a few million for that fight
yeah.
with Connor.
Yeah.
But sure, you'd get a few mil for Triple G fight. It's big enough.
Yeah. Fucking fun fight too.
Especially if they take it to the UK.
Fuck yeah.
Triple G is a big name, like everywhere.
Before I was like real into boxing, I knew who Triple G was. So.
Yeah, like they'd make a good wicket off of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I feel like that's the end of Believe It or Not now for him.
Yeah.
We'll work our way through these fights. Like we said at the start, Ned was flying. I was doing photo work. And so, yeah, it was pretty much left on you, but I did my best to catch what I could this morning. We're going to start with Loma Ortiz. Lomachenkos. Starting slow?
Yeah.
Like, is that just like a thing that he's doing since the Lopez fight, you reckon?
Like he's sort of like never been, I'd say, like never been the quickest starter. Like he usually likes them first few rounds to see what the other person's going to do and like get his information,
Yeah.
so to speak, and then
Yeah,
he'll
make
start,
his reads and shit.
yeah, and then he'll start to fucking pick it up.
Yeah.
But like I didn't catch the first 5 rounds of this. I caught it like halfway through round 5.
Yeah.
And from what I seen, everyone was like, oh, like Ortiz is probably like winning at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
that's
like,
what
oh.
I've seen too.
Like, oh shit, maybe Loma's fucking started a bit slow. And then from sort of the 7th, he started to pick it up. I can't remember what the scorecards were for that fight.
No, yeah, I didn't see the scorecards. I just seen that it was like, yeah, pretty closely contested early. And then once Loma kind of poured it on in the end, it was like that just swayed it in his favour.
Yeah, Loma seemed to be getting, like, starting to get, like, he was getting the better of the action towards the end of the fight, that's for sure. Like,
yeah.
Loma was marked up.
Yeah, you don't usually see him that marked up after a fight.
Yeah, he was, like, all marked up, like, all up the side of his head.
Yeah.
Like, underneath, probably his left eye.
Yeah, the big mouse. Yeah,
Yeah.
one of his eyes.
And
yeah.
then, like, Ortiz had, like, his eye was, like black and, like, swelling, like, starting to swell, like, sort of sharp.
Yeah.
So he was, like, taking some damage too.
Like, the pop Loma's got on his shots are nuts, eh?
Yeah, for sure. The footwork's good too.
Yeah.
I don't think it works as well against a southpaw.
Was Ortiz southpaw?
Yeah, Ortiz was southpaw.
Okay.
And Ortiz, like, he seemed big for
Yeah.
the weight. Like, when you seen them both in the ring, like, Ortiz seemed...
He looked,
like
even at
big
the
man.
weigh-ins, he looked like taller guy. Looked
Yeah,
like he
and-
was probably going to have more reach and be a bit more like,
He's, like,
more weight to
like-
him.
pretty broad through the shoulders and stuff. Like, he looked like a big kid
Yeah.
compared to, like, Loma. He could be like a bit of trouble for other people in the division. Like,
It'd be, I mean, like we said when we were talking about it last week, we were like, fuck. Like, you never know what's going to happen. Like, kid could just fucking make a mad name for himself. And
yeah, exactly.
like, I think Ortiz's stocks only rose.
Yeah, he didn't hinder himself in any way, that's for sure.
Because I didn't know about him before this fight.
Yeah, I'd never really heard of him either, and I try and follow like as much as I possibly can.
Yeah. But like, fuck, something to keep an eye on for sure. If he can kind of hang in there with Loma, fuck, he's got fucking good potential, that's for sure.
Yeah, he can take some shots.
Um,
And Haney gets in the ring afterwards and calls out Loma for their next fight.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of expecting that, but I didn't expect Haney to get in the ring and just be disrespectful either. I'd be like, nah, that was fucking terrible, terrible performance by Loma.
No, I think Haney just said sort of what everybody else was thinking. Like, everybody was sort of expecting Loma to go in there,
show on.
Yeah, get the job done, put a show on, and like, I know I wouldn't say he looked rusty, but he looked maybe just a touch slower.
Yeah,
Like footwork wise.
We were saying it before we came in here that he's getting on in his like career. Like, if you add his amateur career and his pro career, like, fuck man, he's had a massive fucking career.
Yeah, we would have had all up probably like nearly 420 fights.
Yeah, which is fucking ridiculous.
I think he was like 396 and 1 in the amateurs, and now he's like,
yeah,
he might be like 17-1 or 17-2 in the pros or something. So he's like,
yeah, he'd be like, yeah,
about
two
like,
losses.
about like nearly 415 fights or something like.
I mean, yeah, we're probably seeing like the tail end of his like being in his prime. We probably caught him as he was like right in his prime when he first came to pros.
Yeah, and then like them points you made there, and then like he's had to go through this war in the Ukraine. Like,
yeah,
everyone's like, oh, but it didn't affect Usyk. He still performed like well against Joshua, but it's like they're two different people.
Yeah,
like,
they're not the exact same fucking people. That's right.
Like, you're not gonna like just because something didn't affect Usyk as bad mentally. Like, it probably still did, but he's like got that mental strength. Like, Loma might have seen some shit that Usyk didn't see.
Yeah, well, Loma was over there for a bit longer as well, I feel. Because Usyk came back through his camp and shit, didn't he?
Yeah, but I think Loma fled the country. I'm not sure.
Okay.
So I'm not 100% on if he did see like what he did see, but like the war could have affected Loma in ways that like it never affected Usyk.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
like,
you never know what's happened, and
yeah, like you never know where he could still be in like, yeah, I want to fight, but like you never know what his actual like mental state is like.
Yeah, 100%.
You got to be battling some form of something after like just the shit we seen that was getting around on the internet, like that people had filmed, like that tank running over that bloke in the car, and like
just the most fucked up shit, man. And yeah, they'd be seeing it like firsthand.
Yeah, like
daily.
But like that's the shit we seen. Like, what shit didn't we see?
Yeah, well, we didn't see a lot of it because
like,
they don't
exactly.
like showing us a good percentage of it. But that's a topic for another day for sure.
Like shit that happened over there, like that we wouldn't have seen, that he would have seen, that, like, could have affected him in like certain different ways. But I also don't want to say he's too old yet, because like that was a young kid. Like, did he take that fight as seriously as he should have? Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? There's so many different factors. I'd like, if he does fight Haney,
well, that's a fight he is going to come out, and you know Loma's going to be at his fucking best.
Yeah, he's going to have to be switched on. And like, after that fight yesterday, I lean probably just more towards Haney.
Haney's a smart fighter, man. Like,
he's got a smart fighter, and he's pretty big. And like that Ortiz kid yesterday was pretty big.
That kind of size too.
Like, I feel like Haney
knows how to use his size pretty well too.
Yeah, I feel like he may just be able to outdo Loma.
I hope not. Like, I want Loma to just punch his lips off, but that's just me. Like, I'm just team Loma all the way.
No, I love Loma.
I'm not disagreeing. I reckon Haney probably would get it done as well.
I just feel like Haney might just edge it. Like, I don't see either of them knocking the other one out. That's for sure. Nah. It's a 12-round fight. I just see like maybe Haney's like, cause they're both probably pretty level for like boxing IQ.
Yeah,
I just feel like maybe Haney's like youth and like athleticism and stuff might just allow him to pip the fight, because it'll be a chess match. Yeah,
Haney, like, as much as I don't like it, but Haney's going to use the clinch. He's going to fucking just make it so Loma's footwork's kind of nullified the best he can.
Yeah,
like, Loma's going to do his thing. Of course, it's fucking Loma, but Haney's a fucking smart fighter, man. We've seen it throughout his last couple of fucking fights.
Yeah, like no matter what, Haney's going to try and fight his fight. He's not going to try and fight anybody else's fight. So keeping Loma on the outside, where he's at the end of the jab.
Yeah, as soon as Loma tries to get in, just clinches
him. Yeah, like it'll be probably a boring ass fight.
100%. But yeah, I see Haney making it. That's one thing you don't see him kind of get lulled into other people's fights. Like he didn't do it with Kambosos. He didn't do it with Jojo Diaz when they fought.
Yeah, he just fights what he knows he's good at, and that's all he does.
Yeah,
I feel like that's why he would just be able to get Loma, like simply on reach and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I probably lean that way as well, but I just do hope that Loma comes out and gets it done. Of course, I'd love to just see Loma fucking win on take all the fucking belts, and then it's be like, oh, I'm fucking piecing out of this shit.
It's refreshing to see someone like Haney though, like winning the belts and going, okay, now I want you.
Dude. Yeah.
I don't want like a fucking tune-up. Or
it's good I feel like Kambosos kind of set like a standard in that sense. Like he won the belts. He could have went and had an easy fight, but he's like, no, I'm going to fight Haney.
Yeah.
And then Haney was like, even if the rematch clause wasn't there, I probably would have given him one just for the sake of like, he gave me a shot.
Yeah, exactly.
And now Haney's like, doing the same thing of like trying to make that division fucking fun.
Yeah, I think they because they're also young too, apart from Loma. Like they all have to fight each other now, otherwise they're just going to end up moving up in weight.
Yeah.
Which is good though, because like we'll probably get to see some of these matches with these young fellas that like, now they're at 130, then we might be able to see them at 140 because they're all going to, like they won't move up at the same time, but they're all eventually going to get bigger.
Yeah. I mean, the heavyweight division's fun, but there's like nothing compared to the boxing lightweight division. It's just like so many fucking exciting fights to be made at any time. Like it could happen, and you see it like Kambosos loses the belts to Haney, and now you got the opportunity of like Haney versus Loma, which is just a fucking. If Loma can make it his fight, it's such a fucking fun fight, which I don't think he can. But like Haney's probably just gonna make it a bit of a boring fight, but he's putting the fucking belts on the line and going out there and trying to fucking defend them against the best person. Like.
Exactly, and like everyone down at them lighter weights, they're all fast and they all like they can all still knock each other out. Like it's fucking
they all carry like good power.
It's good.
Yeah, we'll roll on over into the Paul v Silva. I mean, I caught the highlights for this fight, and from the highlights I seen, it looked super competitive. Silva coming out doing some weird shit, like his old weird like fucking Anderson Silva fucking
MMA shit.
MMA shit. Probably not the best idea against like Paul. Like he's not the best boxer, fair enough, but he can hit. I think he's proved that he can hit.
Yeah, if he hits you in the right spot, he can put you out.
Yeah. It looked like both dudes landed some pretty good shots through the fight. Paul scored a knockdown in the 8th round.
Yeah, questionable, I do believe.
I mean, probably just gave like Silva a little whisper, like, oh, it's nearly over. You haven't gone down yet.
Yeah, you got to go down. Remember?
Yeah, and he's like, oh yes,
I'm just
money.
Oh yeah,
on the floor.
I want that job after this fight.
I mean, I see Paul going up against like a proper boxer and getting tested. Like,
yeah.
Like, not someone that's coming out trying to play like little showboating games and, do weird shit. Like, someone like, I feel like that Tommy Fury fight's a bit far gone.
Yeah, I feel like he just needs to go and fight, like,
hit the way up his rankings, bro.
Like, just fight, like, I don't even care who you fight.
Well, he's probably
just
like
fight someone who, cruiserweight. Like, just fight someone who is like a boxer that like has something to lose. Like, they don't even have to be like anywhere near a world champion. Just like take on a decent prospect.
Yeah.
Like,
you
know what I mean? Like, or even someone below. Like, go back and start like fighting.
Yeah,
just how people do when they start their pro career. Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't hate on anyone who gets in the ring and has a crack. Like, fuck.
No, yeah.
Like,
good on him in that
credit
sense.
to you. But, like,
yeah.
If you're going to tell everyone you're a professional boxer, fight fucking people who are boxers.
Yeah. That's my big issue. Like, I feel like Silva was a bit of a step up for him, just
Yeah.
being like, you know, probably one of the best strikers in MMA.
But he's 47.
And he's the best striker in MMA.
Yeah. But
He's
like,
not even the best boxer in MMA.
Yeah,
He's just
no.
the best Muay Thai striker in MMA.
Yeah, but like he's 47. Like even like he's not Anderson, even like Silva that got knocked out by Weidman.
No,
Like would have paced Paul up.
100%. I feel like a fun fight for
Or got his leg
Paul.
broke by Weidman or whatever the fuck happened against.
Oh, he got knocked out by Weidman and then rematched him. Yeah, broke his leg.
Yeah, he was like
Just
snap
like
day.
clearly, like probably don't fight Weidman ever again. 'Cause
Yeah.
what's gonna happen next? He's gonna fucking have a stroke and
He'll be
die.
dead.
Like what the fuck, man? Don't fight him again. Paul called out Nate Diaz after the fight. Nate Diaz caused up a bit of a ruckus backstage apparently with his team. Went and tried to get in Jake Paul's locker room or something.
Yeah, I believe one of Diaz's crew or team or whoever he was with slapped a member of Jake Paul's team.
Probably Chris Avila,
I didn't hear who done the slapping or
because I know Chris Avila. I know he was on the card. He went from MMA to boxing.
oh right.
He just reminds me of like a shorter, little stockier version of Nate Diaz, like the way he boxes, the way he fights.
Oh right, yeah.
When Nate was fighting on that UFC card with comes out and all that. Yeah, that Chris Avila dude slapped one of them. Like, yeah, he's just like slapped the shit out of one of them. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's him. He's just like a little gangster dude, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that like kicked off backstage and Nate just left. And Paul called him out after. That's a fun fight, man.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight. I seen like I think it was like it was Jake Paul. He was talking about what had happened or whatever. He's like, I didn't see it. I've just seen like a video or whatever. He's like, but that's what Nathan likes to do. Like Nathan likes to do. He likes to pretend he's tough and like he like no, not pretend. He likes to. He's a street gangster. He likes to like act tough and like whatnot. And I'm like, I did leave a comment on the YouTubes on behalf of the
Froome just doing what the Froome does.
About him trying to be a tough cunt, but just like fighting grandpas. Like,
Yeah.
like that's all you're doing as well. You're just trying to be tough and fighting nobody.
I mean, I feel like Nate Diaz is probably like the least like tough guy wannabe person ever. Like that's just how they are, man.
Yeah.
Like you watch footage of
exactly.
him fighting Khabib and his team because they took a selfie with Nate Diaz in the back and laughed about it. So Nate Diaz went and tried to fight 9 Russian dudes. It's like, no, he's not trying to act tough. That's just fucked in the head.
Yeah, that's just what he's like.
I feel like that's probably Paul's next fight though. 100%. I
Yep.
guarantee that'll come out within the next couple of months. It'll be Paul Diaz.
It would be because Diaz is out of contract. So.
Yeah, and he just wants money.
Yeah.
Like
so
he said that he's like, I'm gonna make bank.
that's definitely a fight to take.
Paul wins that fight. I feel Nate's got good boxing, but he's also like been through fucking wars. I see Paul probably winning by like cut, like late in the fight. I reckon the doctor will call it by like just because like Nate bleeds.
Yeah.
You're fucking like on Nate, and he's gonna fucking bleed.
He's like a fucking tissue paper.
Right. So you're gonna see him bleed, and it's probably gonna get to like the point where they can't make it a no contest, or they're gonna like get the fight hyped the fuck up. Nate's gonna start bleeding in the first. They're gonna call it. It's gonna be a no contest, and everyone's gonna be like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
You just have to run it back. So then they're gonna run it back like 6 times, same result every time. Like yeah, you just I don't know. I don't see Paul knocking Nate out.
Nate and Jake Paul both retire on the same night. Like they'll both be that old because
Yeah.
they just keep rematching each other.
Yeah, Nate's just bleeding everywhere. He's got no blood left in him, the poor motherfucker. A fight that you did get to catch the whole fight for him.
Yes.
Katie Taylor versus the Carbonara herself.
Yeah. I mean, Katie didn't exactly have it all her own way. Like I thought she clearly won the fight. Like obviously.
Yeah.
But like Carbonara had some good moments. But like it was like Katie was like I don't know, trying to at times bite down on like the gum shield and just like throw them. But
Yeah.
then like when she just like composed herself and was relaxed and she looked like just levels above.
Yeah. Well, that's like from all the fights I've seen of Taylor. That's like, yeah, she's just miles ahead in the boxing pedigree. Like she's so smart, got beautiful punch selection. It's like, yeah, you kind of seen it in the Serrano fight when she kind of did bite down and try get into them kind of like dog fights. Was when she'd start not looking as good.
Yeah, like she get like that. That was when I found she was getting tagged. But when she like just went back behind a jab, it was just like slipping the punches, working,
just boxed.
Like, yeah, she was like just it wasn't even close.
Yeah,
really.
I believe that Katie Taylor called out Serrano again.
Yes, she did call for that rematch.
I believe that's probably a rematch and then retire after that. You reckon?
Yeah, or maybe. I feel like
Just to shut the critics up and be like, look, bitches, I beat her.
Yeah, to shut the critics up, and then I feel like maybe a couple more fights, and then she might be just about done with it.
Yeah, she doesn't look very old. What is she like? Probably like mid-30s, maybe?
Yeah, she'd have to be around mid-30s somewhere.
Yeah, I was going to say she probably looks 33, 34-ish.
Yeah, I think she's probably around there.
Being a smart boxer as well, like, you know, probably hasn't been through the crazy fucking wars. Like
Yeah,
that other boxers have, because she's like
really.
a smart boxer, man.
Yeah,
Like,
and she hasn't been pro all that. Like, she hasn't been pro since 2016, 15.
oh, true.
Like, she hasn't been pro all that long. So
Yeah.
it's just a matter of, I suppose how many more she wants to fight, because there's like not really any other options sort of there unless she like moves up in weight. Or I don't see her really moving up in weight because there's no one really all that great there. I don't think from memory.
Yeah, so it's pretty much just her and Serrano at that division, really.
Yeah, pretty well. They're like the two top people, I think.
Well, I mean, yeah, it all just depends on, you know, if Serrano takes the fight, which you think she will. She's probably already verbally been like, yeah, fucking oath, let's go.
Yeah, you'd assume so. And hopefully that they can make that fight for the US.
Yeah.
I feel that's fair.
Yeah, well, they had the last one over in the UK.
Yeah, so... Oh, no, they didn't. No, actually, that might go to the UK because they had that card was at Madison Square Garden.
The all-female card?
No.
Was that the all-female card that they fought on it?
No, the all-female card was the one the other week with Shields and...
Oh, yeah, Shields Marshall. Yeah.
That one was at Taylor and Serrano was at... I'm sure it was Madison Square Garden because Jake Paul promoted Serrano for that fight.
Oh, yeah, with the most valuable promotions.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Jake Paul's belt. I think it's sick. Like, his colourful ass belt. I think it's so fucking gangster. Like,
the most valuable fighter or whatever the fuck it is.
Like, probably don't call yourself that until you until you fight like a boxer. But like,
or until you actually are making like the most money.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Canelo's beating you, AJ's beating you.
Yeah, I think you're getting beaten pretty hard. But like, shout out to your belt. Your belt's fucking gangster. That like, you never know what's gonna happen in the Taylor Serrano fight though. Like I went back and watched that recently. Probably one of the best fights I've seen. Not like, oh yeah, best female fights. Not just straight up one of the best fights I've fucking seen.
Yeah, that was a good fight. Like a rematch is like, it's always something you like will watch.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So like, and I don't know. I think Taylor might have been listening to the podcast the other week when I did mention the rematch. I thought would be next.
I mean, there's been a lot of things that we've called on the podcast lately that have just come floating out of the universe not long after. So I feel like, you know, we just keep predicting and keep suggesting things that are going to happen. We might get to see some shit that we're keen on, which is exciting.
Keep rolling it out there.
Just going to throw it up, bro. Just
roll it in the atmosphere and
to see if fucking snags it up. I mean, from what I said, I didn't watch this fight. I haven't watched the highlights of the fight yet. I'm probably going to go back and try watch it at some stage, I guess.
It wasn't, for some reason, it wasn't available on DAZN in Australia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, I caught it on KO.
That's strange. Because, yeah, Taylor's signed to DAZN, eh?
Yeah, and like, even, it was weird. I'm like sitting there watching it on KO, which is like Foxtel here.
Yeah.
And like, they're talking.
It's got the DAZN logo.
They're talking into a microphone with the DAZN logo on the front of it.
Yeah, that's so weird. Like, I wonder why they did that.
Yeah, like, why can't I watch it?
It's not like that. Yeah, it's not like Eddie to kind of roll August there. Eddie. Come on, bro.
I mean, he did sort of raw dog us, but we did still get it. So
Yeah, I mean,
you saved your
Yeah.
ass kind of there already. But next time, just put on the zone.
yeah, come on. Zone's just the go.
I'll pay for the subscription.
Yeah, I feel like we all called Taylor just taking that by decision. I seen some posts that it was like maybe scored a bit too far in Taylor's way.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there was a few people that come out were like, come on, there's no way it was that dominant.
Yeah, no, like she won, but I don't like, and like Cabanara had a moment,
Yeah.
but I just, yeah, it wasn't I can't remember what the scorecards were,
I feel like they were like pretty
but yeah, they
one
were,
way type thing to Taylor.
if they were pretty wide, they probably should have been a bit closer because like
Yeah.
she, like the other chick did put in like a good performance. Katie was marked up, like
Yeah, which you don't see her too marked up usually.
yeah,
Usually,
and she had like fucking red under her eyes and shit. Like she was pretty marked up. It was
yeah. Well, that's what I see.
good
I was
effort
like,
from the other one.
yeah, I seen people come out and be like, probably a bit scored one way.
Probably because it was in like England as well.
Yeah, I mean it's fucking Katie Taylor. Like,
Hometown advantage.
it's Katie Taylor. Come on.
They've already filled him out. She's won like before the fight.
It's just part of the contract. Like you don't win this fight. Like, oh, all right. Yeah, we're fine. Katie Taylor. So like, the next fight, well, the next card. I feel like we're just going over the main fights of these cards. But, like I feel like it was hard to catch. Fuck all else. Like,
yeah, well, like Taylor and that the card started at 5 a.m.
yeah,
I worked that day, so I was just like, I woke up at like 7:30 or something on Sunday. Turned the TV on. I was like, oh fuck yeah! And like the main fight was just about to start.
yeah, beautiful timing. And
then all the others started just like at stupid times, like ESPN, The Zone, and fucking Showtime. Get your shit together.
Get your shit together. Work together.
Well,
Stop being
especially
this week.
The Zone and Top Rank.
Yeah,
They had both their cards.
just the exact same time. Man.
Yeah, the DAZN card started with the Jojo Diaz Zepeda fight on it at 11 or it was 10 a.m. 11 a.m. And the Loma Ortiz card started at 11 a.m. Sorry, and then the Paul vs Silva card started at 12.
It's so stupid. Yeah, they definitely could have planned shit better, but we could have also like, not been busy as well. I guess could have fucking helped. We could have like had multiple screens going with shit.
Yeah, but like,
But it is what it is. These things happen.
we still couldn't have watched all of the fight.
Probably not. Probably fucking not. I mean, we're probably gonna have to just throw it out in the universe. Just don't do that again to us. That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
But Jojo Diaz versus Zepeda.
Oh,
Jesus fucking Christ, weren't we wrong? I mean, I remember pretty much all three of us being like, yeah, probably just a tune-up fight for Jojo, just get him back on top. Fuck me dead.
Zepeda. What a...
Zepeda just came out and just, he must have listened to the podcast and be like, oh, they just think this guy's going to run through me.
I'm a show these cunts.
Yeah, I'm going to not stop throwing punches.
Did
At all.
not stop.
Bro, like, we were talking about it before we come in and like we were saying, a motherfucker just from the bell threw punches, would get hit and just be like, okay, yeah, my response is just to keep throwing fucking punches. And we were both like, he'll tire her out. No doubt about it, he'll tire her out.
But nah.
He didn't fucking tire her out. He, if anything, he just started throwing more punches.
Yeah, pretty much.
It got to a point where I'm like, yeah, he's probably going to get a bit tired soon, maybe like, 7th, 8th. He's got to start like tiring out. Fucking input just picked up for a little bit there.
Well, like, what you hear of people, they're like, oh yeah, for everyone he throws, I'm going to throw like 4 or 5. Like,
yeah.
For every one Jojo threw, he threw about 10.
Yeah.
Like, and everyone he got hit with, Jojo got hit about 6 times in return. Like,
Did Jojo go down at all?
I don't think so.
That is one tough motherfucker, man. Because it's not like Zepeda was just like peppering shots either. He was fucking...
He was he was putting everything behind him. And
Bro.
like, as I said to you, when I was sitting there watching it, listening to the broadcast,
Yeah.
like one of the commentators was like, oh yeah, I just spoke to Diaz's corner, and apparently their game plan was for Zepeda to get tired. That didn't happen. I mean, surely like tiring him out has to be a part of your game plan, but like to just let him throw punches at you, like as you said, Homer Simpson.
Well, Jojo just thought he was Homer Simpson in the like, you know, he was waiting for Mo to come in at one point.
It was like Homer versus Dredrick Tatum.
It was. You could see Jojo looking around for Mo at one stage. He was like, "Where is he? He's got to come save me." I mean, shout out to Jojo for not going down.
Yeah, like it was
fucking brutal, man.
Show to chin.
And like show to chin.
I mean, like it was sort of like one-way traffic, sort of like just because of Zepeda's like work rate, but like he did get tagged at times by Jojo, and it was like and he was rocked as well, and it was like, oh fuck, like Diaz has the power to put him away.
Yeah,
but like he just never got the opportunity. Like
he just like couldn't set.
Yeah,
like,
at all.
No,
like,
it was actually super fucking impressive. That was like,
you can't set when you're getting hit by like 15 punches in a time.
Just consistent, man. Like, yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just catch up on the fights this morning type thing. I got home pretty late last night, so I was like, yeah, easy work. I started on the Jojo Diaz fight type thing, and I was like, yeah, I'd get to the end of the round and be like, fuck, I'm dead. Go back to the start of the round type thing, and just be like, fuck. So yeah, that's why I struggled to kind of catch up on all the fights.
Yeah, that's why I said in like the inbox, like I want to tell you the result, but like, probably should watch it.
Yeah,
like it was nuts. And then like the scorecards were something like 119, 109, times 2, and like 118, 110 or something. But
I'll have to look into like the significant strikes that were landed, because fuck me dead, they got to be high.
Oh yeah, like I'd like to see the CompuBox punch stats.
They'd be massive.
Like it'd probably be like 4 for Diaz and like 4,000 for Zepeda.
Dude, I mean, yeah, we were so fucking wrong, man. Like even I heard it like in the when they're in their corners, like getting ready just before they like meet in the middle and go back. Yeah, they're like, oh, you know, Jojo Diaz looking at this for like, you know, a bit of a fight to get back into competition. Like same thing we said, and then just like this other motherfucker was like,
Like that's the good thing about when you got like someone who's young and hungry and like wants to try and prove themselves. They're not just there for like that payday that they're getting for that night.
No, he wants like fucking to make a career.
Like
he was like, I'm fucking making a fucking point out of this, dude.
And that's at lightweight as well.
Yeah.
So like if he can keep that work rate up like against the top contenders, like he could make some interesting fights.
Fuck yeah.
Like I feel like he'll leave himself too open to get hit by them by the precision punches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd done a few little things that I was watching, like just with his footwork, he'd get tripped up in his own feet a bit.
Yeah,
and then he'd like kind of stumble, like whereas someone that's got like a bit of reach, like because Jojo didn't really have a great deal of reach.
Yeah, no, he's like definitely the smaller man. Well, he's come up from like 126 or something like that. I think Jojo. So
I mean, he fucking still carries power and shit, but he's just so short and stocky.
Yeah,
someone with a bit of reach is gonna see fucking Zepeda kind of like off balance and just clip him.
Yeah, for sure.
And like fucking hurt him too, because he's like, he puts it, like I seen in like the first couple of rounds, like 3-4 times he like tripped on his own feet and shit.
Yeah.
But like at the same point in time, he was like, you know, that was between throwing 3,000 punches, like a little trip, and then I'll just throw another 3,000, and then the round will end. It's like, you're allowed to trip a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, you're allowed to get caught up in your feet.
I mean, yeah, fuck me dead.
Zepeda's definitely one to watch though.
100%. Jojo Diaz fought Haney just before Haney fought Kambosos for the title.
Yeah.
So that means like Jojo's probably pretty highly ranked, I'm guessing. He's like probably in the top 3 somewhere.
Yeah,
it'd be what? Haney, Kambosos, Loma, fucking...
Yeah, like Davis. Like he's in the top 10.
Yeah.
Like it's like that division is fucking stacked.
Fuck yeah.
Like, and then it depends on, I suppose, what governing bodies he's paying, like sanctioning fees to and all that sort of shit as well.
It's like who he can fight and where his rankings are. And...
Well, as to what sort of ranking he is. So you can sort of like fight, you can still fight anybody.
Yeah.
But like you're paying the fee So like every time you fight, you pay a fee to like if it's the IBF, you pay them a fee and they'll like sanction your fight.
Okay, yeah.
So like you fight under them. And that's like generally how people get like their
rankings.
like into their top 10 rankings and that, because they're all paying sanctioning fees. So it just depends on who is paying the sanctioning fee to.
Yeah.
Because like it doesn't matter at this point. Like you don't have to pay the sanctioning fee to all of them. Just go pay it to one of them.
Yeah.
Because one bloke holds all the belts.
Yeah, that's it. You don't have to fucking pay all fucking five
Yeah.
fucking.
Like you go
whatever.
fight for the IBF title off Haney.
And it's just all of them on the line.
Yeah, you're fighting for every belt that's there. So you
I mean-
sort of not really fucking no point in getting involved in them all.
No, not
If one
fucking
bloke
really.
holds all the belts.
Yeah, you're just fucking better off going up one of them. I mean,
Yeah.
I hope this fucking Zepeda kid's fucking in the rankings somewhere. I want to see where he gets to in a couple of years.
Yeah, he'd have to go into top 10
Mm.
of one of them. I'm not sure if that was for like a lower version of the title.
Yes, but they got like the weird lower
Yeah, like I'm not.
like things of the belts. I'm so confused by boxing still, man.
Oh, well, that's definitely an episode
Yeah.
to do. Like even after most of us explained, you're still probably like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, 100%.
I'm like half expecting you to just sit there looking at me like,
Yeah.
like how the fuck does that work?
Just
Like,
see me zone out at some part. Are you listening? Like what? Sorry, man.
pretty fucked.
I mean, if you wanna, because this fight's already on DAZN. Like I thought I was just only going to be able to watch highlights.
Oh
I
yeah,
opened DAZN this morning. The full card was already on DAZN.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, that's why. So I just obviously skipped to this fight, and I didn't even make it through to the end of that fight. And I was like, yeah, I'm never gonna make it to the end of this fight because you got to go back to the start of a round every time to be like, okay, I gotta fucking catch up on some of the punches he landed because there was that many of them.
He just lands like that many combos. It was fucking ridiculous.
It-
Body head just working everything.
It was beautiful, literally beautiful to watch. I feel bad for Jojo Diaz. He just got fucking just
Yeah,
put in there and just
against the
pieced up.
what do you call him? Like a silent assassin. He just
Bro.
come out of nowhere and fucked on Diaz.
Bro, like, yeah. I'm super keen to see where Zepeda goes from here. I'm super keen for Jojo to come back and bounce back from it as well. I feel like he just showed pure fucking heart
Yeah,
and landed some fucking decent shots, but it's just like, what can you fucking do when you got this little fucking soldier just marching you down?
and like you just oh fuck, and then yeah, all right.
Yeah,
No.
okay. There it is. Fuck, man. If you have a DAZN subscription and you haven't watched the fight, do yourself a favor and just go watch the fight. Unless you're a Jojo Diaz fan, then probably don't go watch the fight.
Yeah, no.
It's
And speaking of subscriptions, get onto the YouTube, the Facebooks,
it's
the TikTokies.
the Instagrams.
Yeah,
We're a bit of everywhere.
and get onto all the places you can get all your audio streaming from. However you like to listen.
I think we're Spotify, Apple, and whatever else there is. I don't know.
We're on them all.
I feel like it's pretty much just like Spotify or Apple, but there is other ones apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know who uses them.
I feel like the media team will have we're sorted out on all angles. So wherever
Right.
you get your podcast from,
We're
just
everywhere.
type in the eggplant tornadoes and get amongst it.
Do your best. Help us. Help you. I feel like we're gonna do a bit of a analysis of the Bivol Ramirez fight. I still don't know who Ramirez is. Yeah.
He's suppose you say like everyone in that light heavyweight division, they all sort of just like fly under the radar.
They do, man. Well, I mean, like,
Even like if Bivol didn't fight and beat Canelo, a lot of people would be sitting around this weekend going,
oh, no fights on this stuff.
"There's a boxing match this weekend. I don't know who these blokes are."
Well, I was gonna say if Bivol didn't fight Canelo, I would just be looking at you and be like, "Is this gonna be a fight?" Be like, "Jeff, gonna do punches?" I don't know, mate. It's kind of hard to bet against Bivol after he beats Canelo, but it's also Canelo going up to Bivol's weight and trying to fight.
Yeah, and like Ramirez
Fighters?
is bigger.
Yeah,
I feel like he's probably gonna be the bigger man in the ring on the night
yeah, right.
with Bivol.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Because Bivol, what weight does he fight at? 170 something?
175 light heavyweight is, I'm pretty 175.
Yeah, he's not that big for 175,
Yeah,
really.
No, I think is it like Zerto Ramirez. He'd be 6 foot something. Like he's a pretty big dude. But from what I've seen, because we don't get much over here,
No.
help us out, promoters.
What's up?
Ramirez is like that Mexican style.
Yep.
So, like it'll be an interesting fight. You'll have Ramirez probably coming forward, looking to land. I can put Bivol out.
Yeah.
And like as we seen, Bivol can box.
He's like a boxing machine.
Yeah. So like his boxing versus like the sort of come forward style sort of Ramirez.
Yeah.
It'll make it very interesting. And then can Ramirez knock Bivol out? I feel like if he can't, Bivol wins.
Yeah.
On points.
Yeah.
But like, it's one of them fights where I wouldn't bet on it with confidence at all.
Nah.
Like I couldn't sit here and go take Bivol to win.
Yeah, it'll be like, especially against that like Mexican style, bro. It's just so fucking unpredictable.
Yeah, exactly.
And like coming out like Bivol, like the only way I can explain Bivol after watching him fight Canelo, he's just like a boxing robot. Like he was just so stuck in his fucking game plan of just like, no, like I've got my game plan computed in my head. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like you can do whatever the fuck you like. I'm just going to stick to my fucking game plan. I'm going to box.
You're going to stay out there.
Yeah.
Where I can hit you.
Yeah.
If you go to come in, I'm going to make you pay.
Yeah. And you could see Canelo getting frustrated because that's the only Bivol fight I've watched. So I'm going to probably reference it a bit. But you could see Canelo getting frustrated with like getting outboxed and trying to kind of goad him into be like, oh, we'll come over onto the ropes and play my game. And Bill would just literally shake his head and just stand where he was and be like, no.
Yeah, no, you come back over here.
Yeah, and Canelo would have to because he's like, the big superstar. He'd have to be like, oh, like, and go back over to him and Bill would start jabbing him again.
Exactly. Like it'll be a good fight. Like I don't know if Bivol can do that because Ramirez is so big.
Yeah, he's not like pushing the little fighter around kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. But like that, like, Bivol's composure.
Yeah,
and that will, I feel, help him a lot.
Yeah,
in this fight from like getting overwhelmed by like the bigger sort of man. Like I don't know if Ramirez wouldn't be like as built as Bivol is.
Yeah,
because like Bivol's pretty solid.
Yeah.
But like Ramirez, I feel is like definitely taller.
Yeah,
and will have like the reach.
Yeah, and like that. Yeah, the Mexican kind of like weird loopy hooks and
yeah, and then like if Bivol changes a game plan.
Yeah,
and decides, well, fuck, I've got to fight on the inside because he's clearly bigger than Canelo.
Yeah.
Then, like, that might, depending on how Bivol fights on the inside, because I haven't paid I've watched a few of Bivol's fights, but I haven't paid too much attention.
Yeah.
So, like, if he can get inside and work Ramirez, he could probably win that fight because, like, Ramirez will be, like, smothering himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he won't be able to put the power onto his shots properly and sit down on them properly if Bivol just takes the fight to him.
Yeah.
But then, like, he's also in danger because he's in close against a big man who's a bit like who can punch hard.
Yeah.
So, like, it's catch-22.
Yeah. Well, like you said, it's a hard fight to fucking bet on.
Good fight, though. I would definitely be sitting down and watching it this weekend.
It's going to be a fun fight. Well, fuck. When's Neddy back? Friday?
Yes.
We'll see what we can organise. We might be able to do, depending on what time and everything it's on, we might be able to do like a companion for like maybe the co-main or something.
Maybe I might be able to try and work something out.
But yeah, well, no guarantees. It's a Sunday. Roomy's a family man, so no fucking guarantees whatsoever. But
if I can't make it, the boys can always do one.
That's it. But
that's for sure. Well, what is it, Griff? Time to roll into the
everyone's
favourite segment, mate.
It is.
That I do believe you and our other man down the end of the table here are going to take away.
Yeah, we are. I'm actually just going to leave it with our co-host. He hasn't said much. Our co-host over here for the day, Jeff Horn. We've had him on board. He's said fuck all. So we're just going to leave the favourite segment with Jeff and just
Very quiet, man.
Take it away, Jeff. I mean, we might just do the outro then. And
Yeah, I suppose so. If you can be like that.
all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, just
Don't get your dicks in a twist.
do all the social things as well. We'll be back on Thursday with a veggie bake, just the two of us.
That we will.
If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the dislike button. Do whatever. We don't mind. Just be engaged in some way.
Get us out there.
Get
Get amongst it.
Where we post pretty much daily to Instagram and TikTok. We're very active on YouTube comments and Facebook, thanks to the Froome.
Get amongst it. See us out there. Click on it.
Click on it, comment back, talk some shit.
Get amongst it.
I fucking owe us for that shit, bro. How good is that? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, remember, you get your dick in a twist. Peace.
El Gaviano, Studios.